All right, I said if you guys get that one video up to 100 likes, I will react to one of Player Essence older videos about him sitting there saying that Mario Kart World's price is getting out of hand. Let's get into it, and I hope you enjoy.
The Mario Kart World discussion has gotten to the point where it is exhausting. There are so many people.
I agree. That's why you fanboys need to stand with us and be like, no, this price point is way too high and it's ridiculous. This price needs to go down and we're not buying your products till it does.
Talking left and right, back and forth on the price, on if they even should have done the direct in the first place.
If you're talking about the Mario Kart Direct, then no, they shouldn't have done it. They didn't sit there and add really anything to it. They didn't sit there and justify why they should have been $80. They honestly just made it worse.
On what they've actually added to the content, if it's worth it, if it's not worth it, $80, not $80 DLC, no DLC.
No game at their standard edition is worth $80.
There's so much stuff. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the Mario Kart World Direct, what I thought about it when it comes to some of the cool parts of it.
Well, I can't wait to hear a fanboy like you's opinion. We got a big one from Nintendo Prime and Switch Force. Their damn opinions were nothing more than corporate shill bootlicking.
But let me go ahead and first just get into what I liked about the Mario Kart World Direct.
All right, I sit there and did cut out a part. He talked about that. He'll have another video linked down below about talking about the $80 price tag. And he sat there and said that $80 was way too much. So at least I will sit there and give him that one, unlike his brethren like Nintendo Prime and Switch Force that gave one of the most cop-out answers you can ever give, like, oh, well, that price depends on your entertainment.
Going over some of the information and just what I like about the game overall. Then we'll talk about all the other stuff that, like I said, is exhausting at this point. But I want to discuss it.
I agree, it is exhausting. If you and Nintendo Prime, Switch Force, all the rest of the Nintendo YouTubers would sit there and do the right thing and hold the line with us and sit there and tell Nintendo, no, we will not pre-order this, we will not buy your products until you lower those prices. But unfortunately, you guys didn't.
I want to give my 2 cents on a number of things that people are talking about. So first and foremost, the gameplay in Mario Kart World actually looks exhilarating. It looks rejuvenated.
Of course it does, but it doesn't look like it should be $80.
It looks fun. It looks exciting. It looks lit. It looks like it's going to be significantly better than Mario Kart 8, which
Stardew Valley sits there and looks fun. It also looks significantly better than Harvest Moon. Doesn't mean it should be jacked up to $80. So what are you trying to get at? Why is this worth $80?
Mario Kart 8 is great. It's got some cool shortcuts and different stuff that you can do. There are some advanced techniques here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty cut and dry. Pick your best busted kart combination, pick your best character, go out there, know the shortcuts, and get it done.
Oh yeah, the shortcuts really make it worth $80. Let's hear what else you sit there and like about it.
But with Mario Kart World, what they're doing is that they're actually adding in some really cool technique and discussion for the races. Really cool technique and stuff that you can do during the races. You have the charge jump.
Oh my god, I've always wanted a charge jump. Does that make it worth $80?
You have the rail grind, you have the wall rides, you have a bunch of cool different things that you can do that's going to shape.
Guys, did you hear that? We get the wall grind. I've always wanted a wall grind in a Mario Kart World.
And I would say completely change the formula of the racing in the first place. The wider tracks, the more racers, it creates a dynamic that Mario Kart 8 just couldn't do. It's going to feel different.
Oh, I found it, guys. Yep, that's right. He has so convinced me. Now you get to have 24 racers on the track. Yep, that definitely makes it worth it.
It's going to play different. It obviously looks different, and it's got a huge interconnected open world that is going to be a blast to go through, whether it's Grand Prix, playing with your friends, doing the knockout tour. There's going to be so much stuff, and the game looks awesome.
Yes. It plays different, it looks different, it looks better. I would hope with the sequel, that's generally how it should go. But can you please get to your point? You sit there and keep saying, oh, the controversy about the price is getting exhausting. You have yet to get to the point why this game is worth the $80.
I love the fact that they actually added in a mission mode, which was from the Nintendo DS. That was great. It would have been cool if they actually had a story mode in there.
Okay, so they're not going to have the story mode. This is why I keep saying Nintendo isn't in the position to create AAA games. It is one of the requirements in AAA games to have some type of story mode, and this game doesn't have it. This is why these need to be charged at like $50. This is why I keep saying that most of Nintendo games, 9 out of 10 times, are AA games at best.
A story mode from like 3 to 5 hours or so with some boss battles and a couple different cutscenes.
3 to 5 hours? For an $80 game? Oh, hell no. If it's going to have a story mode, it needs to have at least 20 hours.
A few talking segments or so, like a hub area. That would have been cool if they added that in. I think people might have felt a little bit differently that are more of the casual, I don't play Mario Kart too much fans out there.
Okay, fine. Because there's a huge multiplayer aspect of it, I will sit there and go down to a 10-hour story mode. That's what it should have had.
But then, of course, there's the hardcore super fans that play a lot. So it's going to vary based on your own perspective, based on how much you like Mario Kart, whether you felt that this was great or not. I think a lot of people felt that there wasn't enough new stuff from what they've already shown us.
They are completely correct. And nobody has ever been able to sit there and justify why this game should be as high as it is.
I really, really liked what they're doing with the game overall. I think it looks like it's going to be a blast.
Of course you would. I wouldn't expect nothing less from a fanboy.
The online play looks like it's going to be really fun. It's got the game chat built in. It's got the game share stuff. It's got...
Oh yeah, that amazing game chat feature that you have to pay for when you can sit there and use something far better like Discord.
Everything that you need, like the camera, everything is going to be set up to where you can enjoy this game for years to come. And I think that's the big thing for me, at least, is that this game, I'm going to be playing it for a long time. Just like I played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for a long time.
You could play Stardew Valley for a long time. Doesn't mean it should be raised up to $80.
The price discussion. Did they show enough to say that it's worth $80? Is there anything else that was missing?
Yes, there was very much that was missing, and no, they did not show enough. For one, they can't show enough because no game should be worth $80.
Like, how are they going to justify it? They didn't do enough. Like, and I saw so many people talking about this. Nintendo Prime talked about he was tired of it.
Of course, Primey is tired of it. He's tired of anything that when he ever gets pushed back.
I saw some of my friends talk about it between John and Dreamcast Guy and Beat 'em Ups and RGT, and everyone saying they didn't show enough for that. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to get it though, but they didn't show enough for 80.
Yes, you are correct. They did not show enough for 80, but let's hope that you sit there and keep it. Let's hope that you don't sit there and go back on what you said in your other video.
There's the bundle, so there's always that in there. But I do think that it's just exhausting at this point. Like,
oh yes, that great amazing bundle that where you sit there and get the game for $30 less, but then you overpay for the console for $120 compared to Japan.
We all know what the price is going to be. They're going to keep it there. You can buy it or you can not buy it. The game is a huge open world game. There's not really anything else kind of on the market like it from a AAA.
Let's get this straight. This is not a AAA game. It has no story mode, which most likely doesn't have any voice acting. And I'm not counting the, it's a me, it's Mario. I don't count that crap as voice acting. It has absolutely no voice dialogue, which I don't think it does. You know what? I could be wrong, but they did not show any of that stuff off, and that could have been a selling feature. You know, but it wouldn't surprise me if it actually does have it. You know, Nintendo is very horrible at marketing as of late.
Kart racing standpoint, I guess you can look at the Sonic Crossworlds type of game, and if you think that game's going to be good enough, maybe you can...
Well, Sonic Crossworld Racing does look like it's going to be worth it. That game looks amazing, and guess what? It's only $50 to $60.
Pick that one up. I think it's going to be solid. But I 100% understand the price discussion. I do think that it's more of a precedent that people are more upset about.
Yes, and also it's because they overpriced that game, but I know in your eyes you're not looking at it as an $80 game because of the bundle, which you need to sit there and look at the game as an $80 game. We need a pushback.
More so than the price being that itself. Because there's definitely other games that jack the price up to $80, to $100. Forza Horizon 5, that's a 5+ year-old game. If you want the actual true experience, it's $100.
Okay, I don't agree with the $100 thing, but that's with all the DLC. And we can sit there and say the same thing about Zelda. If you want the Breath of the Wild full experience for a game that's like over 10 years old, you got to pay $90 for that one.
But since they're not charging that for the base, people don't really care about it. So I think it's more of the precedent, more so than the price itself.
Trust me, it's the price. I promise you, it's the price.
overall. And people are fearful, or they think that something's going to happen in the future.
Because it will. I know that you made this video before, but look at Microsoft. They already sat there and said they're going to raise it to $80. Most likely next year, Sony's going to do the same thing.
Maybe trading in some games. That's a thing if you really want to get it.
Really? Did you just sit there and say that? You pretty much just sat there and said if you're a real fan, you'll get it. You are like being no different than that Gearbox guy now.
But I completely understand for the people that are saying, hey, look, it's too much and maybe I can't get that, or I'm going to have to get something else. 1000% understand, man. Like, it's understandable because 80 is definitely pricey. We jumped past the 70 and we went to 80 with some of Nintendo's.
Oh, please don't tell me you're going to backtrack from that other video. You sat there and said in the other video that $80 was too high. And this whole video, it seems like you're trying to justify why this game is worth $80. And now you keep giving that corporate BS talking point like Nintendo Prime and Switch Force.
Premium games. Well, at least just this one super premium game with Mario Kart. So there's definitely a lot of...
There's nothing premium about this. Just because you get to sit there and use a cow or a snowman to drive around in a car doesn't mean it's worth it.
I would say fair discussion and talk to have back and forth, man. But it is exhausting at this point because it's been a number of weeks now, and there are people that just seem to think that maybe if they say something enough, all of a sudden the price is going to drop.
And unfortunately, it hasn't because of fanboys like you helping Nintendo brainwash their poor subscribers.
But overall, if I'm looking at it in terms of just from my own personal perspective and my own like value perspective with the game, I think that it's going to be awesome, man. Like, I'm looking at everything that the game offers.
Okay, he's pretty much backtracking. Now he's sitting there pretty much saying he won't come out and say it because he doesn't want to look bad. I'm going to take a wild guess that he got a lot of pushback for saying that the $80 price was too high. And now he's sitting there trying to dodge around it and not actually answer it like Nintendo Prime likes to do.
Although I will be honest here, I don't really know if there was anything they could show to get a lot of the normal base or content creators to say that it's worth it at that price, considering it's Mario Kart.
And no, there was absolutely nothing that they could have done to get all of us to sit there and say it was worth the $80. Only fanboys like you. It has nothing to do that it's Mario Kart. It could be Grand Theft Auto 6, and we're all going to still sit there and say that it shouldn't be worth it.
With the fact that the Nintendo Switch 2 is $450 to $500, although I do feel that the price of the system actually isn't bad overall. Like, it's not a bad price for the tech that you're getting. I mean, Steam Deck, the base Steam Deck, I think is $400 and it's not as strong.
Yeah, and you're also getting a region lock console. That's the exact same console as yours, just happens to be region lock and can only be in one language. Is $120 less. So yeah, having all the languages really makes it worth $120 more.
And for $500, you get that Mario Kart World game already in there, and it's $30 off of the normal price. Instead of $80, it is $50. So I do think people are going to really take advantage.
Oh yeah, you're sitting there getting $30 off the game, but you're sitting there overpaying $120 for the console. Because in Japan, you get it for $330.
But for me, like, if I'm going to put like 100+ hours into the game and all of that, I'm going to put that much time overall, like, yeah, I'm going to get the game. Might not like the 80.
You could put 500+ hours into Stardew Valley, doesn't mean it should be $80. Now you're sitting there pretty much backtracking. You sat there and don't even care if it's $80. They could have been $100, $120 and your ass would have still bought it.
I already made a video saying that I don't, obviously, link in the description once again, but at the same time, like, it's going to be worth it for me because of how much time that I'm actually going to put into it. But that's going to be subjective. That's going to be, you know, people are going to think differently.
Oh, of course it's going to be subjective. First you sit there and say that the price is too high. Now you're sitting there saying that it's worth it. So pretty much what you're saying, you went through this whole long, like 13-minute video to pretty much sit there and say and backtrack and went from sitting there saying that the price was too high. Now that it's worth it. Well, that's it for my reaction. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with me or not. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay vigilant.